I'm here with Stuart from TerraX Minerals today, and thank you, Stuart, for having us and giving us the chance to talk a bit about your latest news release, which could be seen as a new discovery, if you ask me. And maybe you can comment a bit on that and give our viewers an overview on TerraX in general.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. We always appreciate the opportunity to talk about our company and appreciate your interest. TerraX has been active for the last 2 years in the Yellowknife area. Yellowknife is one of the major gold camps in Canada, camps that have been known for high-grade production. This is a camp that in the past, mines that operated here, between the two of them, the Giant and the Con mine, they produced 14 million ounces at a grade of 16 grams a ton, average grade, and that was over 60 years of mine life. The area has been very unexplored around the areas of the mine. We were fortunate to acquire the exploration ground that was actually owned at one time by the Giant mine just north of where they were mining. We have been here for the last 2 years, assembling data and exploring. We're very excited. Like the work that we've done in the field has now generated what we think, well, actually, an area that people that have been in the area, that an area that's only within 5 kilometers of town, nobody knew existed. Our prospector came across an area we now call a Hebert-Barney Shear. He identified mineralization at surface that was not very easy really to identify, and from there we've gone in and we've sampled, and we did a channel sample, which is a trench hand dug across surface, across the strike of the mineralization, and in August, the first trench we did on this shear system returned assays of 11 meters at 7.5 grams a ton. We've then gone in and done further work to try to define the length and the width of the system, and the latest news release earlier this week, another trench on the property returned 10 meters at 6 grams a ton.
So you get that out of sampling so far?
That's just surface work. We haven't had an opportunity to drill yet, but in preparation for drilling, we do the surface sampling so we get an understanding of the mineralization, the extent, and so we really plan our drill targets. And once we put a drill hole in this, then we can call it a discovery.
If you confirm what we see in the samples, but that's very promising so far.
Well, I think the fact that the mineralization is exposed at surface and across the strike of the mineralization, the width is 11 meters at 7 grams. That gives us a lot of encouragement that we have a good chance of having some significant mineralization at depth. And that's what we really have to test with drilling, which will be happening over the next few months.
Yeah, I think you're well funded anyway for all the exploration and drilling work with your investor Osisko. Can you comment on that?
Yes, we've had a good relationship with Virginia Mines, who subsequently merged with Osisko earlier this year. They were the lead investor on a $5.2 million financing for strictly dedicated to exploration that we completed in June. Osisko also gave us $1 million for the option on a 1% net smelter royalty. To exercise that option, they need to pay another $2 million. So the $1 million was only for the option. They still don't own the right to that NSR yet. So they really like the project. They're enthusiastic about it. It's very similar in geology to the areas where they have mines, royalties on mines that Virginia had developed, as well as Osisko. A very similar geology to the Eleanor mine that Goldcorp has now brought into production. Very similar geology to the Malartic mine that Osisko brought into production. So they understand the geology, they understand what we're looking for. They came in and said, you guys need more money to develop this, to do a proper job, and with the benefit of this additional cash this year, which is more money than we've ever had in the company for exploration, we've been able to really go out and do the type of exploration that's resulting in the discoveries we have here now.
So you're well funded, probably into 2016, not a bad thing in this bad market, I would say. And with Osisko as a partner or investor, I mean, we all know they're smart guys and they're not doing this just for fun. And yep, probably they see you can say maybe a production story here shortly once you define more. And maybe they also like your geologist and CEO Joe Campbell very much. I had the pleasure to meet him once, a very, very fine man, and we have to comment here, really, he doesn't take a salary.
He doesn't, he does get paid when he actually works, but he doesn't take a salary on a monthly basis. What's probably the most unique thing about the Yellowknife City Gold Project, our project in Yellowknife, is we are right beside a city. We have power. We have an airport with full jet service scheduled daily throughout Canada. We have highway access. We have our workforce, actually the drilling we're doing, the drillers live in Yellowknife, they drive to work each day, they drive home. We don't have camps, we don't have to store fuel, we don't have any of those issues. And that's what, when people are concerned about the north, they're concerned about the lack of infrastructure. There's no power there. You've got to bring in fuel. It's costly. This is not costly. This is one of the major cities in Canada. It's actually a capital city of the Northwest Territories, and with full facilities. And actually, people when they come to Yellowknife, they are surprised that it is the north.
Yeah, I hope to see some pictures and soon can go on the property. Looks like one of the most compelling exploration stories. Knowing Joe, knowing you guys doing great work, having Osisco with you, and I would not be surprised if one or the other major comes by and wants a CA with you.
Well, yeah, we've already got a number of companies that have come and looked at the property that come to kick the tires, and we are a junior company. It's still early stage. We're really excited about what we're seeing. We're excited to have the cash resources now to really do a proper job of exploiting this property and exploring it. And there's people watching because based on the fact, I mean, the best place to find gold is right beside two mines. And we're right immediately beside them, and they mine right up to the boundary of our property, and you can stand in the pit and see the mineralization extent. So if we have the the gold endowment on this property, we think we do, we think a lot of people would be pretty impressed.
Fantastic. Thank you, Stuart. We will follow very, very closely and wish you all the best for your next drills.
Thank you so much.